To the new worst game as we recap Iowa's 20-17 loss to the UCLA Bruins. And ladies and gentlemen, just gotta say it, Iowa's defense isn't elite anymore. Iowa's defense is not that same defense that can get you game-winning drives, that can force those late turnovers in the game. They are not there. They're still pretty good. I mean, guys, to force UCLA into 3 turnovers, they're still pretty good. I'm not saying they're not good, but they're just not at that elite level anymore. They're not where we've seen the Iowa defense before. I miss guys like Joe Evans. I miss guys like Cooper DeJean. I miss Lucas Van Ness. I miss Jack Campbell. I miss AJ Epinesa. I miss Davion Nixon. I miss all these guys that we've seen go to the NFL from the Iowa Hawkeyes these last couple of years. And I want to say it, Iowa's defense isn't elite anymore. But Iowa's offense is a lot better. I still think, in my opinion, it's like 65-35. Iowa's defense is 65%, Iowa's offense is 35%. But that's compared to where I feel like Iowa was at last year with 85-15. I mean, it really is that. And I feel like this season, though, we've seen the effects of what it means to have a good offense. We've seen it with Iowa still averaging 28.4 points per game. But I think with that offense, it's came the cost of a defense that isn't as energetic, isn't as electric as they've been in past years. So let's just start with this game recap. Iowa versus UCLA. Let's recap the whole game. Well, Iowa actually started off the game pretty good. Dylan Garber was on a 3rd and 14 searching, and he is under pressure, and he's going to throw an interception. Iowa, they are just ball hawks, and all they do is pick off that ball. And with 13:30 to go in the first, Iowa gets beautiful field position at the UCLA 45.
Pressure from Herkett. The free rush there. 49 has a two-way go. No chance for Prongus. And then right here, Garbers has to throw this away. Run. You've been making so many great decisions in a row these last couple games. Ideal start for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Not so much for Ethan Garbers.
So after Lutmer's interception, 1st down and 10, Jacob Gill going to fake the handoff and going to throw it to Brendan Sullivan. And there goes Gill down the sideline. What a way to start the game, a 38-yard pass down to the 1-yard line. And, this looks like a very promising start for this Iowa team after putting up the last 2 games, 40-plus points. And on the goal line now, Sullivan going to hand it off to Caleb Johnson, and the Iowa school record has been broken. Caleb Johnson, 20 touchdowns on the season, rushing line.
The program's single-season record holder with his 21st touchdown of the year.
So congrats to KJ2. Again, nice handoff. Again, this is his 20th rushing touchdown. Ties Sean Green's record, 21st overall, because McNamara had a passing touchdown to him earlier. So this does break the season record, and UCLA on a 3rd down and 10 going to look. And this is really where we started seeing UCLA's offense opening up. They had a really nice drive. And as you can see, Iowa had some issues tackling early. We saw what would be happening in this game. By the way, shout out to UCLA with these powder blue throwbacks. They're pretty sick. So here we go, 2nd and 6. UCLA going to hand it off. And Iowa's defense just could not get their hands on UCLA's running back, Quinn Schulte, just driving him into the ground there. And this is really where I saw some concerns on this second drive. Obviously, we will see the result, but this is what happened here on this 2nd and goal. But pretty concerning for Iowa. 2nd and goal, Garber's looking. He throws a duck in the air, and it's intercepted by the Quinn Schulte. And there is our 2nd turnover of the day. Wow, Quinn Schulte getting Iowa, looking like the Iowa old defense, getting interceptions in the back of the end zone by Quinn Schulte. Now we got Brendan Sullivan on this 1st down and 10 from the 32. Sullivan going to fake the handoff, going to wind it all the way downfield, and he's got Jacob Gill wide open. And ladies and gentlemen, this might be the best pass all year. This one got me hyped up. 59-yard reception to Jacob Gill, and Sullivan now at 91 yards in the night. And what a great play. Jacob Gill, you're going to see he had a monster night tonight. And this is really what got me excited early. We're looking at Brendan Sullivan, the QB future of Iowa. And just look at that beautiful pass down the field. This Cade McNamara would have underthrew it. Iowa is in the last 3 games under Gill has hooked up with their longest plays of the season with Sullivan. And Stevens and Iowa would have to stick with a field goal, but still up 10-0 early is completely fine. And a nice start for Iowa. UCLA now has got it. Going to hand it off to this running back again. And just look, Iowa's defense just could not tackle on a 2nd and 7. Last year's Iowa defense, it would be 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. But this Iowa defense giving up a lot of yards per play. And then UCLA's kicker absolutely bombing a 57-yarder. You're going to see he had another 57-yard attempt in this game, and this one was just really, really good, nice play. So Sullivan now going to take another throw. Sullivan was at a good start tonight, 3 for 3, and he throws his first career interception. I did not like this one. I know he was trying to go to Zach Horsworth, but then the UCLA defensive end just continuing to track his way down the field. And oh my God, I did not like this interception. Look at it. Sullivan, he's looking. He wants Horsworth right there, and he just kind of underthrows him. And the guy reads it perfectly. So now UCLA can tie the game with a touchdown. And again, this running back just finding holes. Iowa defense, what are we doing? This is a nice run by the running back. Give him some credit, but oh my God, that was just such a bad play by the Iowa defense. 3rd and goal. UCLA quarterback going to roll out, fires. Sebastian Castro just a little late on this one, and he knew it. That is a passing touchdown, and we are tied at 10. And at this point, Iowa was up 10-0 early in this game. They looked good. Obviously, Sullivan's interception hurt. That 57-yarder was a good field goal for UCLA, but Castro just didn't get his hand in front of that ball, and I thought he should have had a better effort. Thought he should have put his hand in front of the ball. But as an Iowa fan, you're not too worried. It's only 10-10. But here's Sullivan on a 1st down and 10. Going to keep it. Sullivan going to show off the legs. Oh, there goes Sullivan. But look at this. Sullivan hangs onto the ball too long, and he gets stripped. And this, honestly, was Sullivan's worst turnover of the night. We'll get to it later. Sullivan just needs to go down. He's a quarterback. He's not a running back. No need to be in an arm tackling battle. And how about this? The combined 4th turnover already in this game.
You saw Madrano last week with the pick 6 right here. He just rips it out, tries to go for a rip 6. He says, I know there's a lot of other linebackers you guys are talking about tonight. Don't forget about me. An effort play, a scouting report play, keeping Sullivan off his feet long enough to rip it out. Big time play.
And definitely up, right?
Looked like it from those first 2 angles, no doubt about it.
For UCLA in this first half.
UCLA driving down the field, trying to take the lead. 3rd and 5, Garbers flags out. Garbers rolling, going to look for the end zone, and he's stripped, and the ball's out, and Iowa recovers in the back of the end zone. The flag would be on UCLA, but how about this? The combined 5th turnover, and Iowa's defense gets them out of this again. And at the beginning of the video, I said Iowa's defense might not be as good as they were, but they were pretty good there. Garbers looking in the pocket, going to fire a dart here. Iowa's defense needed to be better than this. This is a 3rd and 5. This is where Iowa's defense has been good at getting sacks, but this was just not a good play. So with 1 minute to go, UCLA looking to take the lead before they go into half, and Garbers just delivers a strike over the middle, which is caught for looked like a touchdown. They would review it, and this one was just a nice play, and oh my goodness, Iowa fans knew that was not good. Not good coverage by the Iowa defense, and especially after being up 10-0, getting outscored 17-0 in the 2nd quarter. Never good when that happens to you, but that is the reality of this year's Iowa team. So here we go in the 3rd quarter. Garbers going to search. Game was 17-10 at halftime. Over the middle, got his receiver on a 2nd and 10, and this is just so unacceptable. I just did not like this play at all. So UCLA's field goal kicker going to attempt a 57-yarder, and he hooks it wide right, and we stay in a 1-possession game with 4:02 to go. And as you can see, that is not the man Brendan Sullivan. That is Jackson Stratton. So Sullivan actually threw another interception and got hurt. They did not show the highlight. Stevens from 57. The kick is bombed, but there's a flag down, and it would be leverage on UCLA, which would be extremely helpful. Iowa would decline the penalty, and it looked like Jackson Stratton was going to come back on the field, the transfer from Colorado State, and that was just such a helpful penalty to Iowa, and race the field goal off the board and give Iowa the ball back at the 25-yard line. So again, Sullivan out hurt, but we get to see Jackson Stratton completed his first 2 out of 3 passes, and he throws a dart to Gill over the middle. Gill wanted in the end zone but can't get it, but that was a nice play on 3rd and 14. And how about hand it off to Kamari Moulton, and this game is tied. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this game is tied up with 11:27 to go in the fourth. But it just felt like something was wrong. It just did. And UCLA going to drive down the field, little pitch toss. Iowa's defense can't even get to the running back on 3rd and 1, and he picks up the first down. And this is just what we saw. UCLA was chewing clock. Iowa seemed like they didn't care about this game. They seemed like they didn't really care about getting their 7th win of the year. Garbers just throws an absolute strike over the middle. Iowa's secondary just was not alive tonight, and UCLA was just outperformed Iowa on this drive. This was a drive that I was talking about at the beginning of the game that last year's Iowa defense would have won. And this play right here, we're going to watch it again. He should have got tripped up back at the 20. Joe Evans, Lucas Van Ness would have tripped him up for a loss of 6. And instead, he goes to the 6-yard line. But the Iowa defense does get a stop. UCLA from 27 yards out. It is good. And UCLA leads now with 4:49 to go. And Iowa would punt it, and UCLA would get the ball back and get a first down and kneel it. And the Hawkeyes fall to 6-4, 4-3 in the Big Ten, and UCLA moves up to 4-5. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. A out-physicaled, outmatched game, a game where you wish you weren't on your fifth-string quarterback. I want to give a lot of props to Jackson Stratton because Iowa was in a desperate situation. He actually led them and tied the game. And good props to him. He had a great drive down there in the field. Couldn't get a next drive going. This is on Kirk Ferentz. Iowa, I believe in the even year curse. And it's been proved that the even year curse is real. Iowa has significantly won more games in odd years than even years. It's real. But there's no excuse why Iowa has played like this on the road. This was like the Michigan State game all over again. When your defense needs it, they can't step up. The Ohio State game, the only good road game we had this year was Minnesota, which I don't really now feel like was the best. I mean, McNamara had 37 passing yards. The question is, do you stick with Sullivan? Hopefully McNamara will be healthy coming out of the bye, but I think you stick with Sullivan. You guys saw, he had a 59-yard passing play. He had a 39-yard passing play. I mean, by the end of the first half, he was at 138 yards, and obviously he got hurt in the second half, but I think you stick with Sullivan. Sullivan, he's a mobile quarterback. He's going to be our starter next year, but he can't make those mistakes. Can't throw the interception over the middle. Can't throw it. Can't just go down with the ball. And we need to see more of that from Brendan. I still think he's better than Kate. He's proved it in the 3 games he's played. I don't think tonight was his best performance. It's clear. A short week. We know about the West curse. Iowa, they just have trouble at the Rose Bowl. It's a grass field. It's a short week. You're playing on Friday night. You're going over time zones. And Iowa's struggling against a hot UCLA team. Iowa's going to get a bye week. They can go and beat Maryland. They can go and beat Nebraska. They can go and win the Music City Bowl or the Relic West Bowl, whatever they want. They can end the season 9-4. Kirk ties the Big Ten record for the most wins as a coach. And then we move on to next season. Next season has a tough schedule. This one hurt as a Hawkeye fan because Kirk now, he can't break the record even if Iowa wins out now. He can't do it. So, Kirk Ferentz, props to you, man. You can't break your record this year. So, you got to play another year of football if you really want to break that record. Go Hawks as always. We'll see you for our Maryland recap in 2 weeks. And it's just a tough week to be an Iowa fan.